Crocodile Dundee! The aim of the game of Civic Dundee is to get rid of all of your cards. You'll see that there are government cards, ideology cards, activism cards, and youngsters cards, 68 in total. All of the symbol cards are colour-coded: green, red, yellow, and purple. Within each colour, there are 12 ideologies cards, 12 government cards, 12 activism cards, and 12 youngsters cards. For all 4 symbols, there are also 4 question mark cards. For activism, for youngsters, for ideologies, and for governments. There are also 3 special cards: Unity, Invasion, and Special card. All of the cards will be stacked on top of each other and shuffled accordingly, including the Unity special cards, the Invasion special cards, and the special cards. Here's what I prepared earlier. This is how we play the game. The Society Crocodile goes in the middle of the table at equidistance to all players at the table. All of the shuffled symbol cards are split equally among players. For the sake of the video, we will move the crocodile over here. Once all of the cards have been split equally among the players, flip them upside down so that no one can see them. Each player must flip their card over one at a time away from themselves. You keep flipping the cards until the symbols match up. Ding, ding, ding. When this happens, you both launch in for the Society Crocodile. If this happens, you have to tug of war for the crocodile. Sometimes this will result in players getting launched over the table, literally, which is part of the fun. But be careful. A little bit of fun. Whoever draws the Unity card must answer a question about Unity from the pile of question cards.
You will be my Saturday love.
If I had drawn the Unity card, I would have to answer one of the following questions. Unity is all about working together for a common cause. Australian Marriage Equality is an advocacy group that united the LGBTQI community and the Australian public in 2017. What percentage of the Australian public voted yes in the plebiscite postal vote? I'm going to say 76%. Wrong, the answer is 79%, and they'll accept between 78 and 80%. If I guess the Unity question incorrectly, I leave my pile where it sits. If I guess it correctly, I count half of the cards and put it under the crocodile. Whichever player loses the next duel must collect all of the cards beneath the crocodile as well as their opponent's cards. That means all players must flip over at the same time. If a duel occurs, you both launch in for the crocodile. Race 1. If no duel occurs, you continue flipping. The person who drew the special card goes first. Another special card has now been drawn. This means that rather than matching the symbols together, you match the colours. So in the previous round, green with green, we both would have launched in for the crocodile. The third special card is invasion. As soon as this card is drawn, all players must launch in for the crocodile. Whoever succeeds in taking the crocodile gets to put half of their pile beneath the croc, and then reach over to get an invasion question. The question card asks, what year did the invasion of Vietnam commence? I'm going to guess 1955. And that is the correct answer. I therefore get to put the rest of my face-up cards underneath the croc, and the person who loses the next duel must take all of my cards underneath the croc, as well as their opponents if they lose to. If during a symbol or colour round, the same symbol or the same colour is drawn, and the identity of the card has a question mark next to it, this commences a question round. Both players must launch in for the crocodile. Whoever wins claims the crocodile as their own for the moment, takes a youngster card, puts half of their face-up pile beneath the crocodile, and then must answer the question to give the other half of their pile to their opponent. Australian youngsters are being absolute bosses and pursuing higher education in record numbers. How many Australians completed a bachelor degree or above in the 2016 census? I'm going to guess 25%. And I am correct. I therefore give my opponent all of my face-up cards. They return to the person's pile, and the other half of the cards remain under the crocodile. The next person to lose a duel collects their opponent's cards as well as the cards beneath the crocodile. The same thing happens for all symbol rounds or colour rounds involving parliament, ideologies or activism. An example of an activism question is as follows. Charlie Perkins was an Indigenous Australian who travelled with the Freedom Riders, a group of white university students, to some of the most racist towns in Australia to advocate for Indigenous rights against segregation. What year did this take place? 1960, 1965, 1962 or 1968? The answer is 1965. For ideologies. Bioregionalism asserts that local human communities acting and interacting with each other is the most optimal way for those communities to thrive in their environment. Which of the following is a contradictory phenomenon to bioregionalism? Yodaism, activism, banking, natural disasters, globalisation. The answer is globalisation. If you guess Yodaism, that's Star Wars full. Globalisation involves global communication and transportation of people, resources, ideas and all the rest. Bioregionalism is an environmental movement focusing on more localised forms of production and consumption. For government, what percentage of the vote in decision making in the Australian Labor Party does the trade union movement influence? 5%, 15%, 25% or 50%? The answer is 50%. The first player to run out of all their cards claims the society crocodile for themselves. They are the true heroes of the game and of the world.